Welcome back. Now we're going to do the next set of three rashis for Tula, Vrishchika, and Dhanush. Before you get into the details of this video, please look at the introductory video for Jupiter Transit 2016 that I've done, which explains the basics of transit. Please also look at a video that I've done on Jupiter and Saturn. There's also another video wherein I've explained what rashis are all the 12 rashis, right? So that the foundation is set. Now I'll just pull out the chart for Tula Rashi. I have just pulled up the chart for Tula Rashi. If your moon is posited in Tula, then you belong to Tula Rashi. Jupiter has moved to your 12th position from the 11th position, basically from the Dhanasthana to the Virayasthana. 12th house is a house of expenditure, loss. 12th house is also a place for Mokshasthana. 12th house for hospitalization, bed comfort. Usually Jupiter in the 12th house. 12th house is called as Dusthana. Jupiter in the 12th house, as per classical dictums, it is said it is not good and may not be favorable. One of the reasons could be that one may tend to be focusing towards moksha, or perhaps in areas where you want to actually be a little more religious, or you want to spend time in a temple or in some spiritual institution, right? Which typically your family may not be able to accept it, right? So you may spend time in such areas. The good thing is Tula Rashi people would be moving out of their 7.5 years Sati period with effect from January. And that's a big milestone because Saturn is moving to from your second house to the third house, Dhanush Rashi, from January onwards. That's a big milestone, as you have gone through the best management guru's lesson, which even a Harvard or an IIM can't offer. You have actually seen the real people in the last 7 years, and perhaps discovered yourself during the last 7 years. And now a time for you to immerse into spiritual matters with Jupiter in 12th. Saturn and Dhanush will have a 10th aspect on Jupiter. So Saturn out here will be aspecting Jupiter from January onwards, and that triggers changes in house, or even impact on parents' health, or even children, because Saturn owns your 5th house as well, or probably because moving your home because for education or job reasons. These lessons from the last, whatever lessons you have learned in the last 7.5 years, would give you strength to tolerate anything. And since you have seen the worst, everything looks like a cakewalk from now on. So have a good time, Tula Rashi folks. Have fun. Excellent milestone achieved. Congratulations, Tula Rashi folks. You're going to come out of your Sati in the month of January. And the last 7.5 years would have been a great learning period. Saturn is the greatest teacher. And I'm sure the current Jupiter transit, wherein Jupiter is 12th from your moon sign, for the next 1 year is going to be easy to go through. I'll move on to now Vrishchika Rashi. I've just pulled up the chart for Vrishchika Rashi. So Jupiter has moved from the 10th house to the 11th house. 11th house is the house of Dhanasthana, supposed to be good as per the classical dictums, triggers the Guru Bala position. And if you look at Saturn, you're still going through your Janma Shani period till the end of January. So starting January end of January 2017, Saturn will be moving to your second house from your moon position, and that relieves you from your Janma Shani period, and you will be in the last phase of Sati, right? So next 1 year, the position of June is going to largely protect you. Now, while Jupiter in the 11th, gives income, 11th being Dhanasthana, and 11th is also, support from elder brothers and larger family network, right? Saturn may delay and can trigger obstacles in this front. If you look at it, Vrishchika is a sign where moon is debilited. Moon is very weak in this, Rashi. So it is a time to meditate and be calm before taking decisions. There may be income from children, or you may go ahead with your higher education with a bit of a delay. If you're expecting inheritance, property inheritance, the time has come, but there may be a little bit of obstacles or even a delay out there, because of Saturn, getting into this position, second house from your moon. And this is also a time for marriage. So if you're looking for a spouse, or if you're looking for extending a business partnership, this is the time which you will see such events trickling in. So the Sati Sati period is always not a stressful period. So you may find your spouse or a business partner during this time. Have a good transit. Vrishchika Rashi folks, you've just come out of your finishing school, and now with the learnings of the past, with Guru's blessings, I hope you go through a complete transformation in the next year. Now I'll move on to Dhanush Rashi. Hi, I've just pulled the chart for Dhanush Rashi. If you look at it, Jupiter is in the 10th house from your moon sign, 12th, 11th, 10th, and Saturn is in the 12th house from your moon sign. Both positions, as per classical dictums, causes stress. Since this is Dhanush, primarily Dhanush Rashi sign is ruled by Jupiter himself, and moon represents your mind. The mind is primarily influenced by Jupiterian qualities during this time, perhaps even at work front, because the 10th house indicates your professional front. So even at work front, or the house front, which is indicated by the second house, there may be distractions, and current Saturn position in 12th indicates impact in the work front, either job transfers, delay in promotion, or even a temporary loss of job. So as of now, Jupiter would aspect the second house, and Saturn is also having an aspect on the second house. And second house is for immediate family, family inheritance, and even primary education. So perhaps if you're a student, you may want to pursue your higher studies, and you may have to travel abroad, which means you have to be away from your immediate family. Post January, Saturn moves to Dhanush Rashi, and you get into the Janma Shani period for a period of 2.5 years. That trickles a lot of delay in your decisions, and perhaps you may be a little bit indecisive also. So you may want to consciously take a delayed decisions for the next 2.5 years. Your self-efforts, the Saturn out here is going to aspect the third house from your moon sign, and third house is for self-efforts and attempts. So only your self-efforts and attempts to remain calm and peace will help in going through this period peacefully, right? You may feel like doing a long distance travel. I recommend a good dental health check done, a thyroid check done, strengthen bones by exposing to sunlight, and that eases a lot of stress. The extent of impact can be judged by the Ashtaka Varga scores in these houses, and look at the Sarva Ashtaka Varga scores overall, and also look at the lordship of Saturn and Jupiter. Thank you. That was about Dhanush Rashi. You are in the Janma Shani period, and Jupiter is actually casting the shadow on the second from your moon sign, which is good. Be watchful in your thoughts, in your words, and in your actions. With that, we come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoy presenting it to you. I'll make another video on the next set of 3 Rashis. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave your comments in the feedback section. I'll be happy to answer them.